Yeah, the classic encounter, this one, isn't it? Straight away. Mark Selby, cue ball glued to the baulk cushion where it's going to have to be. Both were in amazing form, their respective group finals. Fabulous pot.
1. 73.
A firm yes. This has been outstanding. Brilliant potting early on. And when he got the cannon, yeah, the red's in the open. This has been
80. 81.
precision to finish the frame off. Let's hope with a century.
88. 89. 'Blue ball.
Yeah, he finished very close to the blue. So it's not the century, but 89 from his first chance. It's a fine start to what promises to be a thoroughly entertaining evening snooker. Judd Trump claims first blood against Mark Selby.
Here is one of the tests of cueing that any snooker player can face. Digging deep, so there's no bailout. Has to go.
One.
Oh, what an answer.
One. One.
It played to perfection.
Yeah, he never misses a trick, does he, Mark Selby? So back in already with a useful lead in this second frame. Been very positive so far tonight.
It might not look all that good, but the beauty of that shot, he didn't overplay it. He didn't get over ambitious with his cue ball. Didn't see that
Selby.
coming.
25.
Yeah, change of plan. As I say, the pockets are playable, so leave the cue ball high. Still fancy the red.
$14.
So he caught the other
Judd
one.
Trump, 14.
Just flicked it on the way through.
And he's got his reward. This is a chance.
It's been a battle of nearly 9 minutes since the last ball went in, the safety duel. Trump already 23 in front.
One.
Wow. There will be no playing for snookers now. And that's significant because that might have saved, A, a lot of pain, but also a lot of time. And possibly the frame as well, you just never know. Wobbled and wobbled, but it didn't drop.
Yeah, that was a horrible shot to be faced with. Couldn't access the middle of the cue ball. I say it's freeze out time at the minute for Mark. This is where Judd's got to pounce and press home the advantage. Again, he uses experience here. He'll play
66.
it whichever way helps the pot as far as cue ball's concerned. Yeah, just stun it in. Straight black. That's absolutely fine.
Well, this is really impressive stuff from Judd Trump. In all departments. And we saw it right from the off. He made that 89 in frame one. That could have been a century. He won the safety battle in the last frame. Hasn't quite got the cluster there, but he's 78 in front with 67 on, so Selby needs 3 snookers. What Selby really needs when they come back after the interval is to get in early in a frame and start doing some damage himself, because he's been kept out.
Judd Trump, 74.
Well, anything could have gone in anywhere there, frankly, but nothing did. It was a good break, wasn't it? 74. Dangerous in a way, opening the reds like that, because if Selby had got on one and been able to take 4 of the 5 with blacks, take it down to 1, the free ball comes into play then.
Foul. Judd Trump, 7. And
That's the end of that. He's caught the black. Judd Trump on top as the players head to the interval in the first semi-final of the Champion of Champions. An eagerly awaited match this, and Trump in all departments looking good. He leads Mark Selby by 3 frames to 1.
It looks pretty risk-free dropping into them of 2 cushions anyway. Not saying that. I think he's left better than one of them. No, it's okay. Maybe he has stuck it well. There you are. He has. Looked fairly innocuous going into him in that way.
You can see from his score sheet, he's been starved of quality table time, Selby. Nothing like winning a frame with a sizable break, but there's lots of work to do before that comes to pass.
Nine. One.
If he had have missed the jaws there, the keeper would have come out into the middle of the table, into a better position. Well, the green
Blue ball.
is no good to him. This blue is mighty difficult. Well, see, he didn't take the green because he could have only tied the frame with the green.
Chhote, one.
Played the biggest of big shots there, and he got nowhere near it, quite honestly. Not that it was anyway easy.
One.
That was a desperation blue. And to Selby's great relief, it didn't come close, as Neil said.
I think Judd will see himself as a bit unlucky in that little exchange there. A couple of times he tried to find a way of getting the frame one from a clearance. Ball didn't quite run for him.
Nine.
They'll be relieved that it never amounted to anything. So this is a big moment, I feel, in this match. Judd got him in a snooker, in which he's got to hit it, of course, and not leave anything on. But I think right now priority is to hit it because, as I say, the best he could hope for at the moment, Judd, is taking this frame to a respot.
No one's better at escaping a snooker and avoiding damage than Selby, but this is a real examination.
A little bang of the cue there. He knows that he's done damage here. This frame has got something, well, have some life still in it, I think.
One.
Interesting way of playing it. Pink's a little bit in the way now of getting back and around for the yellow. Well, that was always going to be the problem, playing it in that on that side. I don't think he can avoid it. If he forces it, he'll go towards the pink. Plays it more gently, he won't, but of course more gently won't get him up towards the yellow anyway.
Eight. Chhote, eight.
Apart from the clearance, that was the next best thing. This is the lengthiest frame of the match, and you have to think perhaps the most important.
foul and a miss.
How about that? Wow, I tell you, that makes a difference.
Chunk 4.
That Kiel didn't go in there.
Just checked it.
Didn't see him missing this. I'm sure he's trying to hit one side of it, but of course, now the equation has changed. Wouldn't go to a respot if Judd Trump could clear these. Now, this is the red's on the table for one reason alone, just to measure the
No free ball.
free ball, which it isn't. It was called as a miss.
Yeah, it is a miss. It was a miss. Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll duly have it put back. A good referee, you know. I really do think that Marcel Eckhout is an extremely proficient referee. Doing his job well. Very alert to what's happening out there with the placement of balls, which is sometimes it can be quite an arduous procedure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. His concentration levels are terrific.
Two.
Oh, dear me. Dear me.
Five.
Well, that bounced out. I mean, that did bounce out.
Mark Selby.
He looks across, I think, comms box, but he shouldn't do that. He did hit it hard. He saw him wave his arms. Occasionally out in the middle pocket, if you hit them hard, they would do that on any table.
One.
It's an unusual occurrence, this. It's basically hit the back of the pocket and found a way of popping back out. It certainly should have gone in. Wow, that's a great split. Well, that won't make Mark Selby feel any better. Judd has played that, providing he's on a red, that is.
12.
I think completely square on. Well,
13.
it's an interesting little point of the match we've just seen there. It'll only mean anything if Judd Trump goes on and wins the frame from here. Well, that was a little bit out of kilter with his usual range on safety. Played him behind yellow and brown there, and Selby's usually very good at getting in those areas, but not that time. He has left a red on, so that is a mistake for Selby, out of character.
One. $91.
So far, we've had 16 here this week. Only 12 centuries in the tournament in its entirety last year.
Yep, the shot was always there. Beautiful. I think we're going to see one here to add to that list. Now that he's played a delightful cannon.
99.
He played so well in his previous matches, especially the Mark Allen game. He's almost unplayable. But I think the problem for both players really is they have got to follow up a very good win. Mark Selby beat John Higgins impressively. Going to follow up with another big win. And that was the first century of the evening.
104. $105.
Oh, how about that? What a shot. many cushions? Let's just count them. 5, I make it. Brilliant shot.
112. 114.
Judd moves to ahead with a possible 3 to play. And he's playing beautifully. It's going to be a really tough task for Mark Selby to get back into this.
Credit to Mark Selby for that shot. It was quite brave to go into the bunch, thinking that he might leave a red. Yes, he has left one, but you know, the one just off straight there, hard, tough shot to play. But then Judd might think, well, hang on, what is my safety shot here? And that's where he can be dangerous. The ability to pop long balls, maybe when forced into them. This could be one of those occasions.
One.
It's just a fantastic shot, it really is, because, like I say, he was in a spot of bother, and now he's absolutely bang in the balls. That is wonderful cueing. There's one big shot here, just avoiding the green and then slipping back up down the right side of the table.
Shot trump 27.
Surprised he missed it. I thought the positional side of it was the problem. Now, what has Selby got? He's been sitting down a while, ruining that ball that bounced out a couple of frames ago with absolutely nothing since. 28 minutes without a pot. And now he's presented with this.
Yeah, after that black refused to fall, Trump put together 225 points with that reply. Selby needs to show his characteristic steel.
Well, there you see it. There you see, do you think, well, that was a bad miss, but then all the things that go on in the snooker player's mind, time away from the table, time to let some negative thoughts creep in the case of some players. I'm not saying that's what happened there. As it happens, it wasn't a very easy shot, but it's not any easier when you've not seen a ball for half an hour.
Foul and a miss. Shot trump 7.
4 attempts, 4 valiant attempts, but nevertheless a quartet of fouls and 22 penalty points thus far.
That will do, thank you.
Happy. That gentleman that said, come on, Mark, before he played that last one, inspired him. I doubt it somehow.
22 points given away, but in many respects it might be a profitable trade-off for Selby.
Not if this red goes in, Phil.
What?
Not now, you're right. It was a tough pot. And Trump is clearly in to win.
Well, he's not there yet, and we don't know
4.
how things are going to pan out over the next few days, even if he does win. But I can tell you one thing, he's definitely playing a lot better. It's the first real sign from Judd
5.
this season since the World Championships, where he got beaten in the final by Ronnie O'Sullivan. And the signs are the work that he's been putting in is paying off, because he's playing better, no doubt. Won't be thinking he's won yet, Judd.
17. Judd trumps 17.
Some flickering embers of hope for Selby, the great escapologist.
Frame conceded. Frame unmatched.
Hope has been extinguished. We're always looking for turning points in these matches. There's no doubt where the turning point was tonight. At 3-3, Selby potted a black. It jumped out of the pocket. And from that moment on, Judd Trump took charge, and he was in total command for the rest of the contest. Judd Trump into the final of the Cazoo Champion of Champions with a well-deserved 6-3 victory.